Hello, hello, hello. It's Vickie Kello, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Brisbane. Just bringing you up on the iPad. Hi, Helen. Hi, Renee. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Glenda. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Judy. All right, lots of people are on tonight. So I've got a few things to show you. Hi, Julianne. Wanted to show you some cards that, hi Megan, Hunter and I made yesterday. Now I really struggle with simple stamping, but these are the cards that Hunter wanted to make. So they're with retired stuff. Hi Kerry. So thanks for sharing, Elizabeth. So I have some stamps I just can't bear to part with, so I either give them to Hunter so that they're still in this house but not in my area of crafting, or they're in I still keep them in my stash. Hi Nita. But I'm frozen. Hopefully that's just my internet. Hi Sue. And then yesterday he wanted to make some cards, and these are what we came up with. So I obviously stamped, oh thank you Julie, I stamped these for him to line them up properly, but the rest, all the colours are his idea, and so it inspired me to kind of think about some simple stamping ideas, and I did have every intention to try and do some simple stamping tonight, but I've prepped nothing. I've had a big day at work after first day back and it hasn't got there. So it might happen next week. So hi Angie. But I thought I'd just show you these two cards because I actually really do like the simplicity of it. I just usually struggle with just doing one layer or simple stamping cards. So he's inspired me to try a little bit harder with that. Oh, thanks, Angie. So last week's winner is Lisa. So I haven't posted all these winners, so I'll just add them to the list, and I'll get round to posting in the next week or so. So congratulations, Lisa. To get into the draw for next week, you just need to like and share my video and make a comment, and you can go into the draw for it. So my holiday was good, but you can see that I'm scratching my elbow. I'm covered in midgie bites. But besides that, it was quite good. I did get a little bit of time to craft, so I thought I'd show you what I've done. I was using up some of my paper because I have 10 ton of it, and I want to make sure I use some of it. So I thought I'd make some mini albums. So I haven't, I've only decorated them with DSP at this point. I haven't put any other decorations in them, but that's one made out of the gingerbread paper. I actually used all of my Real Red cardstock, so I don't have any Real Red cardstock left. This one is out of Halloween, the Halloween paper. Cute Halloween paper, I think it is. So I've still got to go through and decorate them, but each of them have 2 flaps on them. And it uses 16 sheets of 6x6 paper. So this paper and this paper were already 6 by 6, so they're all right. But I have made 2 more and cut 12 by 12 paper down. So this one is out of the Whimsy paper, and let's put the baubles up the right way. So this is really pretty too. This one I've actually put together differently to these ones. See, with these ones, the flaps open up this way. This one, I've got the flaps opening up so they don't open out. Yes, I did cut this paper, Megan. If you've got it, you've got to cut it. You've got to use it. It's no good sitting in a cupboard. So it's so pretty. Some of the papers, like this paper, I found this more difficult to use because I liked both sides of the papers on here. So there's not as many of the one option. So the back of this purple sheet here is this Boo paper, which I love. And things like that. So there's not as many repeats in the paper with this because I actually like both sides of the paper. Same with this one, except I didn't use the papers that have the big ornaments on them. Didn't use these papers that have the big ornaments on them because I'm going to cut these out as decoration for this, which is why I wanted to use more of the plain paper. So that's why you don't see many of those, because that's how I'm gonna decorate that. But yes, what do I do with my albums? I usually give them as gifts, actually, Anne. So I've given them as teacher daycare gifts because Hunter had 3 daycare teachers, and then last year, because it was his last year at daycare and he loved all his teachers for all years, I made 16 albums, and so each teacher got a album, not just the 3 in his class. This one is my favoritist. So this is using, I don't even know what this paper is called. The Blackberry Beauty. I've bought the ephemera pack to help decorate this as well. But again, I haven't decorated yet. I've just used the paper. And these ones with the 12 by 12 sheets, which are the specialty paper with the foil, they're a little bit harder to use because I only want to use the foil. So I'll share the video, which I got it from Angie. It's, I can't remember her name, Rosalie Designs, I think it is. But I've adjusted it because we use A4 and I've not readjusted the measurements. So it uses 10 sheets of A4 cardstock, 2 for the covers, and then 8 pages, and you cut like 2 inches off each page. What set is this foil paper? This is the Blackberry Bliss. It's in the holiday catalogue. I can't remember what it's called and I don't have a catalogue with me. Do I have one? The ephemera pack is Blackberry Beauty ephemera pack. So I'm thinking the paper is this one. Sorry, ladies. And it's Blackberry Bliss cardstock. This is my most favoritist one. So, and then on Blackberry Beauty, that sounds right, Judy. And then depending on how you make these, if you glue them together, which I think I've done. Maybe I'll put these in upside down. I did. I left a pocket. Hi Marie. I left a pocket so that you could put stuff in the pocket, but I've actually put my pages in upside down, so the pocket's not going to work. But I didn't do a pocket in this one, but I did do pockets in this one, and I do have 2 of the sheets up the right way, so the pocket is here, which means you can stick other little bits in there. Not that one. This one opens up. See? And so you'd be able to get the pocket in there would be, I reckon, maybe 5 by 5, because this album uses a full sheet of 6 by 6 piece of paper, because the album pages are 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. But it uses 11 sheets of A4 cardstock to fully complete it. That's without any pockets. If you want to add the pockets, if you want to add inserts into the pockets, you'll use more. And then 16 sheets of 16 sheets of 6 by 6 pattern paper. So I made the 4 of those. I was thinking that this might be a good project for a retreat. So I was seeing how easy they were to make and how quick. And I made one in an hour and a half, doing nothing else, obviously, but just that. So tonight, because I've just come back from holidays and unpacked and had to work today and do loads of washing and everything else, I've not prepped anything. So I thought it was great, Marie. I think we might go back there. The only thing I didn't like is, what are they called? I just Googled mini albums. Julie? Rosalie Designs or Rosalie? She does loads of them. So I thought I'd use one of the kits. So this is the You Are My Anchor card kit. The only thing I didn't like about the weekend away was that it's not a disability access friendly park or resort, so there's lots of stairs everywhere, and we're on the 2nd floor, and I've hurt my knee, so I had a hard time getting up and down the stairs. So in this kit you get the ink spot, but I don't open these. I usually do them as giveaways. So I'm going to get my Pacific Point full ink and get my paper. So besides that, it was really good. So I think if we go back, next time I might specifically see if I can request a ground floor apartment. But I went to Turtle Beach Resort at Mermaid Waters, Megan, for the school holidays, for a few days away. So you get a clear block with this and the stamp set. So the stamp says, "You are my anchor, for you, ahoy, congratulations, you're a lifesaver, adventure awaits and thanks." Get some twine. That looks like very thick twine. And take some Midgie spray. I know, look at my arms, I'm covered in them. But I think the thing with Midgies, I don't find them, it had a water park and everything in it, Megan, which is why we went, because usually we go to the one at North Star, which is just over the border, but because the border's not opened, we can't go there. I find with Midgies, I don't feel them bite until like 2 days later, and then I welt up like this. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 little envelopes. Was very nice. Enjoy it. Oh, these are like bands or gift cards. You were 10 minutes from me. Yeah, I've got a couple of customers down the coast now, Judy. So, yes. Was nice. They must go on there. 4 and 4. It will help if I read the instructions and find out what we're doing. But I thought I would open it and do this with you. So this is pretty much what I keep, these things in the kits and the backing of the paper. Wonder if you take an antihistamine, it would break out so bad. Antihistamines make me go to sleep, even the non-drowsy ones, so I can only take them at night. But yeah, that does help a little bit. I've been rubbing tea tree oil on them. Burns, but it's helping the itch. I'm allergic and don't have any bites. Yeah. If you know you're going to an area that has sandflies or midges, take vitamin B1 for 10 days prior to going. Oh, that might help. So this one is only 6 inches wide. So to make those mini albums, you need at least 6 1/4. Or you could use this for one backing sheet, and then you just have to trim down the paper. But those albums are really quick to put together when you're using 6x6 paper because you don't have any cutting, you use a full sheet. I used to put vinegar on sunburn, Elizabeth, so that doesn't sound funny at all. We always used to put vinegar on sunburn. Or cut a tomato and rub a tomato on sunburn as well. It used to happen. Something about the acid takes it away. All right, I think I'm probably going to have to read the instructions maybe with these because I've got no clue. Oh, they're little boxes. Let's pop that up there. Okay. These are little note cards. Let's see what I can do. So I did take a couple of kits away with me, but I wanted to make the albums first. And then I thought if I ran out of the albums, I would make the kits, but I only had enough time to do the albums. And Megan, you'd be very proud of me. I went through 3 rolls of tape. My father was a pharmacist and he was always putting vinegar on all my bites. So I took 3 rolls of tape with me and I'm on my 3rd roll of tape. So there's 50 meters on a roll of double-sided tape. Making those 4 albums. I made this kit up the other day, honey, so I might leave you tonight. Have fun. No worries. Thanks, Judy. All right. That's those. And then we've got some cutouts. We need 3 of these, do we? Maybe only 2. Awesome. Now only about 100 rolls to go. Not quite. I think I got diddled. I only got 1 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think. Oh no, here it is. It's just been packed. Packed out of order. 2 of them. Four of these. So did everyone else have a nice weekend? It was actually really nice to get away. It was hard coming back to work today and then having all these meetings because everyone I work with is in Sydney and Melbourne. So they're all in lockdown and they're like, I don't want to hear it, don't want to listen. Which is understandable. So I think that's it. We might do some stamping. Are you all home now, everything, Kerry? All right, so let's do stamping. Lovely weekend of crafting. Thanks. Oh, that's nice, Sharon. I actually enjoyed just crafting for what I want. I don't get to do that very often these days. Usually I'm crafting and organizing a class, working out what my next class is, or creating content for my blog type thing. I didn't take my laptop away. I didn't do anything. I just crafted for me. So we're going to stamp these two. And then Christmas cards are underway this weekend. Is that because you have demanding customers wanting card classes all the time? No, that's not at all what happens. I just, some of the times I need to get ahead because I have study commitments and family commitments. But yes, it was very nice. And I did get a little bit ahead, and my class for November, I think I know what I want to do. I am at the moment getting over the hospital stay. Ended up there from an allergic reaction to a drug. But that will be in December. It's not good, Kerry. So I'm just getting a glue dot for these hearts. So I think I've got this, November's class organised. How about we do Easter in December? Well, one of my other demonstrator friends, she had her Christmas in July class in this past weekend because it was delayed because of COVID and everything. So it's not completely out of the question. Now these have the red anchor on them. I can imagine you are, Kerry. Oh. So we're in the last few days of celebration, which means that you've only got a couple more days to place an order and get a celebration free item with every $90 that you order. And there's only a couple of days left for the, even my ribbon scissors struggled to cut this twine because it's quite thick. Sign-on promotion. So if your wish list is as big as mine, or as big as mine was, and it's more than $235 worth of product, it makes sense to sign up and you get $169 worth, $235 worth of product for $169. And for the next couple of days until the 30th of September, you get to choose from, I think there's about 8 or 9 free bundles that you can choose from. So then not only do you get the extra product stuff, you also get a bundle from the holiday catalogue to choose from. So a couple of the bundles that I remember are the penguin bundle and the Christmas bundle. I held my Christmas 2020 class with my ladies from Billow as I was sick during the end of 2020, and then my dad got sick in 21. Oh, nice, Sharon. Billow's so nice. I haven't been there for ages since Braden's moved down. We used to go there every holidays. Spend time with Braden, which is my stepson, who's now 22. Every school holidays we would go there. Still got quite a few friends that I've met. Well, they're my husband's friends because he knew most of them or went to school with most of them. But very nice people. And that just goes on there like that. So we'll do another one. This twine is quite thick though. It's not sitting as nice as I would like on the card. Do you have a place where you hold it, Sharon? Like, do you go to the RSL or the Bolo? Or do you go to a lady's place? Oh, I can't tie these. All right, let's stick the dimensionals on the back of that. So I have seen there is, because a lot of these kits are previous Paper Pumpkin kits. So if you join the Paper Pumpkin fan club page on Facebook, it's run by Rachel Tessman and Jason Locks. They're in the US. And they have a lot of alternative projects that they've done with the items from the kits. Now these ones were from a while ago in the US, but you can search through the page and come up with different alternatives or look for different alternatives because they've already done a lot of the work for you. So it's awesome. Daylight saving starts this week, so it's going to stuff up my time. I've had that issue. I've come back to work and a lot of my meetings, I'm like, sorry, I can't do that. I can't do that. Because I usually start at 7:30, so I do have a couple of meetings that are sometimes that early and they're putting them in for 7:30 and they're now 6:30 and I'm like, sorry, I'm not starting any earlier. I'll start at 7:30, but I'm not starting at 6:30. I think this might be put on with dimensionals, but I'm just doing it with. I kind of wish we had it, seriously. Maybe because I work with Sydney and Melbourne. But I do, the thing that I wouldn't like doing, and I remember having, I was supposed to stamp on that, I think. I was. Let's hoping the stamp turns out. Market card, they have a room for hire. That's where I left my cards for sale and I hold my classes. Oh, nice. Yes, it would be amazing if Queensland had it, and I'm probably in the minority of wishing we had it. But Hunter goes to bed at 7:30. So, and I remember having stand-up arguments with my mum when I was his age and we did have it, and saying it's daylight outside, and she goes, I don't care, it's 7 o'clock, it's your bedtime, go to bed. and things. So I wouldn't be looking forward to that side of it, but everything else, it just makes sense. Seriously. Can you hold up your nails, please? Yeah, we did have it when I was younger, when I was growing up, Elizabeth. I remember having stand-up arguments with Mum. So they're supposed to be galaxy nails. So these ones are a black glitter. These ones have a transfer and a bit of glitter. These just have a little bit of glitter, and the rest are just purple. So that would be right, Angie, because I was born in 82. So I would have been, what, 7 then having a stand-up argument with Mum about bedtime. So I do remember that quite clearly. And she's like, I don't care, it's bedtime. Go to bed. And this says, you're a lifesaver. Couldn't get the kids to say. That's my fear with it. But I just don't get these comments where the farmers keep saying the cows won't know what time it is, or cows don't need more daylight, or the curtains are going to fade more. I just don't get any of that crap. So I wish we had daylight savings. It falls into line with southern states. It's good. Yes, and I already have issues when I phone WA as it is, and then when it's, because they're usually behind. And then in daylight savings, they're even further behind. It would just make more sense. But it is what it is. I think a farmer said that once, and they just keep going with it. I agree, Megan. Somebody said it and everybody just keeps repeating it, and I bet nobody actually understands what it means. So we're going to stamp. I actually like the font of this. There's no need for it. Days get naturally longer. I do like it when I travel. I'm just going to take that off so I don't get it anywhere else. I do like it when I was traveling to Sydney and the amount of time you've got left of an afternoon. Because what I find, and maybe that's why we don't have it in Queensland, because I start at 7:30 and then I usually finish about 4:30. But in Sydney, there's not many people that get to the office before 8:30, 9 o'clock. But at 5:30, 6 o'clock, there's still a whole heap of people in the office. Whereas in a Brisbane office, if you turn around at 5:30, 6 o'clock, you'll be lucky if you find anybody. So I did like the fact that after you finish work in Sydney with daylight savings, there is still a lot of daylight left to be able to go for a walk in the afternoon, or when you go out to dinner and you come home, walking home from dinner, because I was obviously staying in a hotel, walking home from dinner, that it's still daylight and you're not walking in the dark. That I loved. I think I might need to re-ink my Pacific Point. All right. I think I'm going to close that ink pad. It's a load of crap with the curtains fading. Exactly. Some of the stories you hear. And I feel sorry, like I know quite a few people, and it's hard now with the border closures as well, but I know quite a few people that live just over the border and work in Queensland. And so when you're on 2 different time zones, so your kid might go to school in New South Wales, but you work in Queensland, that must be horrendous for those families. So I don't envy any of them. You're a lifesaver goes on these ones. There's no difference getting out of bed one earlier to start your day. Exactly. I've taken the backing off that already. Oh, I've done it again with this one. Oh, I'm struggling tonight. It's taken a couple of adjustments when we lose an hour. It's hard. Oh, it takes a couple of days. I can imagine, because if you, oh, that is not coming off at all. I'm just going to get rid of that glue dot, that dimensional. If you don't go to bed an hour earlier, you kind of will feel, it'll make you feel tired because you haven't got that extra hour sleep that you normally get. So there's pros and cons to it. I just, yeah, I'm for it. I think the hardest thing would probably, I'm going to put that down a bit lower because I'm trying to cover the fact that it didn't stamp properly. There. And this one can go up a bit higher. Now there is like twine cut in a, tied in a knot. Here. I'm just gonna tie that. Hi Jackson. What are you still doing up? Hunter's been asleep for ages. This is the only good thing about shift work. Your body adjusts quickly to sleep changes. Ugh. I don't know. I'm certainly not cut out for shift work. My body does not adjust to lack of sleep. That was the hardest thing about being on maternity leave. Not sleeping. He's watching the block with Allison. I'm too old for it now. I'd like to use that excuse, Kerry. Some days I feel very old. All right, so that's another two that's finished. And then these ones go on these blue card. Oh, I've missed, there's these hearts again. Here. Bring on next week when school's back. Do you get to actually go back to school, Elizabeth? Or will you still be in lockdown, do you think? Hunter went to vacation care today, so it was good. It was like we came back to work to have a holiday because he was occupied with things. Adrian said while we were away, he goes, I now understand why some families vacation with friends or family together, because Hunter was a little bit lonely in some bits by himself. But he made friends in other areas. When we were at the pool, he made friends. But I think his eyes would be much happier today not being in chlorine for the first day in three days. All right, then these ones get stuck. There's some twine happening behind here, but because it's so thick, I'm not going to stick. Not sure as we're out of lockdown, but I'm an essential worker. I need to be in the office next week due to the start of new quarter. I will get him on the essential worker. Oh, good. Yeah, I do really think I need to re-ink my Pacific Point because it shouldn't be that faded. I'll do that later. I know some people don't like some of these kits because it only makes note cards. And they'd prefer full cards, but if you join that Facebook group, that Paper Pumpkin Fan Club group, you can see what some amazing people have done, and they turn a lot of these note cards into full-size cards with very little extra supplies. So some of them would be just having that on a full-size card and then maybe sticking that in the middle and things like that. Very few extra supplies needed, and they just changed the whole card around, which is good. And they cut up the envelopes then too, because most of the time they're pattern envelopes, to be on the cards as well. There's some very talented people in that group. So I'm just tying these in a knot. And using a glue dot. What's the name of the face? It's called the Paper Pumpkin Fan Club group, Marie. Because even though these are kits in Australia, a lot of them have been designed off previous Paper Pumpkin kits in the US. So you might just have to search in the Facebook group for names of the kits, or You Are My Anchor or something like that, and you come up with a whole selection of ones. All right, so then let's make one of these boxes, because there's 4 other cards to make there. Oh, is there birds as well? Oh, there is. There's birds in that stamp too. So these boxes all have 3M tape on them already. Oh, and then that covers over that. Right, okay. That's easy enough. I'm just looking at the pictures. I'm not following instructions, but the instructions are here as part of the kit. So I've just folded them along there. Take that tape off and it folds together. And then, so you get 4 of these with these envelopes. So I would say you get 2 cards in each box. What about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10? Oh, there's 10 cards, but you'd fit 2 in for sure. And then this little number bends here, and yep, that other score line was a bit hard to see. Oh, I've got a dimensional backing everywhere. And then that should just slide over . over that. Look at that. That's amazing. And then they've got the little tags here, which we will stamp on. And says, I need to clean all my stamps. Oh, the little boat. And for you. So the little boat can go there, and for you can go. I think I'm going to have to stamp them separately. I was going to see whether I could get away with stamping them together. I don't think that's going to happen. All right. Stamp that. And then oh, that's cute, isn't it? For you. And then when we've got 10 ton of this twine, it wraps around. And let's tie this in a knot. Oh. All right, tighten that up, tie that, put this through there, and then you could tie a bow with that. Hopefully I've left enough on that little side. Tie that little bow, and then that will just come, like when you push that, it's not like it's connected to the packaging, so you don't have to keep undoing it or doing it back up. That is super cute. So you get 4 of these little boxes, but 10 of these cards. So you could stick 2 cards and you'll have 2 left over, or you could have 2 boxes of 3 in there with the envelopes, because I've got 2 cards left to make, or 4 cards left to make of that. But this is the whole kit. So this is a stamping kit. So when it's an all-inclusive stamping kit, they're $33. But I haven't had to use any. All I've pulled out is my mini dimensionals, but I didn't even need that because the mini dimensionals come with it. But I've just, because I'd already had an open pack, I just used mine of that. Everything else comes in the kit. So hopefully you enjoyed this tonight, and think of the kits either for yourself to have some quick, easy projects, or for customers that might not be very confident with stamping, because these are really easy to put together. So, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all next week. Bye.